The names most often referred to as the Magic City's founding fathers don't include the name Lightbourne.
And about 162 black men, including a Lightbourne, were needed to make Miami the international city we know of today. Calvin is in the newsroom to explain this one.
Well, it was a day so many had been waiting for, long delayed from the history pages, but not to be denied. One of Miami's founding fathers recognized with a street naming ceremony today, a street in historic Overtown named after Alexander C. Lightbourne, or A.C. Lightbourne, one of the 162 black men at the meeting in July of 1896 to incorporate the city of Miami. Christy, you just talked about there. Lightbourne led the way with a dynamic speech, according to historical archives, and at least one witness at the meeting said that too, but for whatever reason, Miami's history books had forgotten or ignored the name Lightbourne, but after today, no more.
But what's most important is that we are establishing the history of a black man in Miami that cannot be erased anymore. That's the most important part, because this party will be over, people will pass down that street, but this will be documented as something that a black man did and contributed to this city that's long been buried in the ibits and footnotes of this history of this city.
Well, today was years in the making, as I mentioned, especially for a neophyte researcher who learned firsthand about tenacity, and a former elected official who got the surprise of her life. If it's really true that you don't choose to make history, but it chooses you, then Alexander C. Lightbourne was handpicked, leading a pack of more than 160 black men, casting a vote to make Miami an official city. Lightbourne was only supposed to be seen and not heard back in 1896, but a witness from the meeting said Lightbourne stood up and gave a compelling speech.
This is 1896 and early 1900s. You're not supposed to take up space as a black man.
Years ago, Anne Marie Henry, just a curious history lover, set out on a journey to make sure history no longer ignores one of Miami's founding fathers.
He was too vocal for the city leadership, so I think he was made to go away.
Even by today's standards, Henry found that Lightbourne's life was extraordinary. An educator, elected Sergeant of Arms for the State House in 1869, a Justice of the Peace in Gadsden County appointed by Governor Reed. Later, he became a founding member of Greater Bethel AME Church in Overtown, with a building today bearing his name.
He was pushing me to tell his story, like he didn't get to finish his story, and he wanted me to finish telling his story. So I feel that maybe that's why I found his descendants when no one else before that could do it.
My name is Allison Lightbourne Jones.
That's right, Henry found Lightbourne's great-great-granddaughter, Allison, who had just moved to Miami from Harlem, New York. But Henry's biggest aha moment came when she learned about a connection with former Miami-Dade County Commissioner Barbara Jordan and Lightbourne's wife, Mary Ziegler.
She told me about his brother by the name of Robert Ziegler. And they lived for a time in Quincy, Florida. My father is from Quincy. And when she gave me the history, and she said names passed down from generation to generation, sure enough, the lineage is there. Wow. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And they knew nothing about who they were, and that I gave them a part of their history. It's an honor. I feel it's just an honor.
3.
Even this, to me, is not enough. It's not enough. To me, there needs to be something in the city commission where they come back and say, let's correct this. Let's acknowledge that this gentleman was a part of the incorporation of the city of Miami.
You know, former Commissioner Jordan, she was on the county commission for a long time, I think about 16 years, and she said she only wishes she would have known about it. She would have done more, but she says she's not angry. She just, wants more done, and she's happy to know that she discovered it at 79 years old, that she was a descendant of Mary Ziegler and A.C. Lightbourne.
Well, so important this comes to light right now, again, underscoring the need to teach history and why we should elevate history and why history is what informs us and makes us better when we take a look back at who we were.
Oh, brother, as they say back in my neighborhood, you are talking about something. We can take a collection plate on that one, brother.
Certainly.
So you know we don't want to go there.
Do that.
We don't want to do that right now. We don't have enough
We
time.
don't have time for that, but beautiful story,
Yeah,
well
great,
told.
Great